Welcome everybody. This is a very special day. My name is Kendra Culbertson. I'm on the board of the Cathedral City Historical Society, who is sponsoring this event. We are here today to honor the Hillery family and all their accomplishments. Welcome Bob and welcome Kay. A little family history. Willard Hillery, Bob's dad, at the urging of his sister Luella Allen and her husband George, familiar names, relocated from Alaska to Cathedral City in the late 1920s. Willard met and married his wife Marguerite, raising two sons, John, I believe also known as Jack, and this guy up here. John later went on to be Cathedral City's postmaster, and Bob later went on to be the first paper boy for the Desert Sun. And of course, the first elected mayor of Cathedral City. Willard had a vision of success and good fortune for Cathedral City. He subsequently purchased the land that Palm Springs High School now sits on and secured the land for the local cemetery, now known as Desert Memorial. He is credited with founding our Chamber of Commerce in 1937 and was its president from 1939 to 1941. Willard partnered in enterprises with other city founders, George Allen, Lynn Plumley, M.V. Fleet, and Jack Grove, all who had streets named in their honor to commemorate their contributions. Willard also wrote a weekly column in the Desert Sun during the 30s and the 40s. Marguerite, Bob's mom, is credited with founding the Cathedral City Library and the Cathedral City Women's Club. The Hillery boys, John or Jack and Bob, went on to be as influential and committed to the growth and well-being of Cathedral City as his parents. Good influence. Bob served as a Cathedral City councilman for 8 years and of course was our first elected mayor. The Hillery family's contributions, dedications, and support of Cathedral City is an impressive 85-year legacy. At this time, I'd like to introduce somebody who's very special. Janey Ash, a co-founder and treasurer of the Historical Society. She wants to share some personal memories with her friends Bob and Hillery and his lovely wife Kay. Janey.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Kendra. Before I share some memories, I'd like to present something to Kay and to Bob.
It's actually a bouquet. Did you let me put it in the water? Just have it. It's up here.
Well, my name is Janey Ash, and I'm a founding member of the Cathedral City Historical Society. We're here this afternoon to honor the Hillery family and to dedicate the street named Hillery Road. I first met Bob Hillery in 1986. I had just walked into my house after running some errands, and there he was, sitting in my living room talking to my first husband. We were the new kids in town, and Bob was inviting my husband to join the Cathedral City Planning Commission, a task which he accepted. Our paths crossed many times after that during my career at the Cathedral City Post Office. Bob is a treasured member of our community, a respected friend, an honorable and good man who has always put family and community first, a humble man dedicated to doing the right thing. Bob is a lifetime member of the Cathedral City Historical Society and has authored and almost completed a wonderful, informative book from the early years of Cathedral City through incorporation in 1981. Bob has actually lived much of the history of our city and our valley. Today is a wonderful event honoring the Hillery pioneer family. which has been instrumental in our city for 85 years, and a street leading into the heart of our downtown, Hillary Road. Thank you. Kendra?
Thank you, Janey. She and Bob and Kate go way back, so that was really heartfelt. Now at this time, I'd like to introduce Robert Gomer, the president and also co-founder of the Historical Society, who would like to share a few quips.
What a way to start. Anyway, let me introduce myself as Kendra. I will say that my name is Robert Gomer, and I have had the privilege of being the president of the Cathedral City Historical Society and a co-founding member. And it's such an honor today to be asked to be a part of this celebration with Bob and Kay. I just have a few things to say. I'm going to start out by saying that the early history of Cathedral City is both unique and very similar to the stories of the other desert cities that surround us. There were great challenges and great opportunities for all people, including native cultures, traditions, lifestyles, and for many people who settled in our desert. Today we honor the Hillery family, and I would like to speak about some personal experience over the last 30 years since first meeting Bob. Now I have to include a disclaimer. My memory pales in comparison to Bob's. I have to tell you, it is amazing. He is able to remember people, places, things. I mean, it's like, how does he do it? I don't know, but he does it. It was the spring of '86, Bob. The desert had experienced some very strong winds, as we're prone to do, and there was a lot of relocated sand in some of the fringe areas of Cathedral City. It so happened that the home that I had bought and lived in was located on 34th and Linda Way, 1 block west of Plumley and what is now Dinah Shore, and the 34th Street ended just past Plumley. So I was on the fringe before the high school was built and way out there. And we had all this blow sand coming across 34th Avenue, and so I was like marooned out there in the middle of the desert. So I took the opportunity to attend a city council meeting, and during public comments I got up and I said, okay, well, here's the problem. What can we do about it? Well, Mayor Hillery and the council listened, and Bob responded. He says, we'll look into finding some money to fund the cleanup of blow sand everywhere in the city. Now, I'm not sure where that money came from, but it came. And that is my experience of doing things in for the community and with the community and with Bob. He's a man that got things done. And it wasn't always with a lot of fanfare and a lot of publicity, but he has been such a valuable part of the Historical Society from the get-go, and so generous with his time, with his contributions, and that has made it possible for us here in Cathedral City to establish something and to come together today to see friends that I have not seen and to honor a family that was the basis for what Cathedral City is today. I also have the honor of doing a presentation. Now, you won't be able to wear this, but hopefully this will be something that you can put on your desk at home. It is a little miniature provided by Best Signs. So here you go, Bob. You're very welcome. And that's my 2 pence.
That's your 2 cents.
That's it.
That was your quip?
That was it.
That was Robert's quips. Thank you, Robert. Now, this event would not have been able to come to fruition without the assistance and contribution of our Chamber of Commerce. At this point, I'd like to introduce Lynn Mallotto, our CEO. Lynn, would you come forward?
Good afternoon. Mr. and Mrs. Hillery, it's wonderful to have you here. On behalf of the Cathedral City Chamber of Commerce, this is a very special day for us because it was your father, Willard Hillery, who established the Chamber of Commerce back 1937, I believe. And because of his leadership, we have the Chamber today. We have this beautiful city today. And I promise you that this chamber will continue to prosper and to represent the business community. We thank you for your leadership, your direction, your family's dedication to this city for the last 85 years. Thank you, Mr. Hillery.
Thank you, Lynn. I think all of you know, since Lynn has taken over, the increase of membership, the excitement, the organization that she has brought to the chamber. So at this point, let's give Lynn a hand. Now, of course, on our very own next item is Mayor Kathy DeRosa.
Thank you, Kendra. And I'm joined by Councilmember Henry. Bob, Kay, it's such an honor and pleasure to have you both here today and to have had you yesterday at the State of the City. As I told you then and earlier, your being a part of it certainly is something that I will forever hold precious in my heart. The legacy that your family has created here in Cathedral City is something that we will never see again. And the legacy that you began and that we try to continue to follow is something that we all strive to do. We have two proclamations. One is to you personally, and the second is in honor and in memory of your family and of all their accomplishments here in Cathedral City. Councilmember Henry and I are here representing City Council, and it is an honor and a privilege to be able to present to you with these proclamations today. I'm not going to read every word. People here certainly know and have heard, but we want to be able to recognize you and to extend to you our heartfelt thanks for all that you have done, for who you are, for all you've accomplished, and for leaving us a legacy to continue with. God bless you both, and thank you.
I just want to say a few words. First of all, I want to say thank you to Bob and the First City Council, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. Because of you guys wanting to start a police department. I was a young sergeant at the time and came out in 1984. And like I said, if it wasn't for your vision and your inspiration for the city, I wouldn't have had a career here, and I wouldn't have been here today and be able to raise my family and stuff. So thank you very much for all of that. Thank you.
I think one thing that Stan did not share with everybody is that he was instrumental in getting through City Council our renaming of the road. So thank you very much for that. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't recognize a couple of other people for their help and assistance, and that is the city staff who have been wonderful, Stan Henry in bringing it forward so quickly and efficiently, and in particular, Pat Milos, who has just been every step of the way with me and was instrumental in this. I hope this fits in your front yard. A special thanks also goes to our committee who put this event together, and it could not have been pulled off by one person. This was a group effort, and I want to thank Sue Townsley. Say hello, Sue. Margie St. Anthony, sorry. JDS, of course, we've all met. And Christy Littell, where the hell's Christy? And Donna Lawton. And before we unveil our new road, I'd like to invite everyone to stay after we finish that and share memories and stories with Bob and Kay while enjoying refreshments that have been generously provided by Cold Stone Creamery, their patio, their people, edible arrangements, Starbucks coffee, Forest Lawn for our water, and a special thanks to Best Signs for your gift there, and our city staff who handmade this. Yay! Also, a special thanks goes to our official photographer, Tony Barton, as I'm throwing pins around, and Alan Cavallo over there. And now our boys are over there, and the moment we waited for, the unveiling. Ta-da-ta-da, we need a band. Wow! May we present Hillary Rose. Thank you very much for coming. Refreshments are out. Would you like to say something, Bob?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am indeed honored, as my family is, for this moment. I never thought in my wildest dreams that this would ever happen, but it has happened. And I know my father and my mother know that it's happened. And much of what I have done, I owe to them. They taught me what is right for a village and what I should do. And I tried to do that. And it's appreciated. And without my help of my wife, Kay, in the last few years would not be. Obviously, I'm not as well a person as I used to be. I used to think it was wonderful when I could climb these mountains with my Boy Scout troop. Now, unfortunately, that's not possible. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for all of you that contribute to this in any way to bring this about.